Hey, little surfer. Still awake? Oh, sweetie. Look, I'm so sorry about today. You were doing so well. But I can't help but feel responsible for the way the day ended today. How's your head? Okay? Alright, well, I've brought a couple things for you tonight. I'm going to help you get to sleep. I know it's difficult after a day of surfing, and you've been battered a bit by the waves, and it can leave your body pretty sore, which makes it hard to get to sleep. And you've got a few nasty cuts, so I'm going to clean them again, make sure they stay nice and clean so there's no chance of infection. So yeah, I'm going to get to that now, but first I brought you another pillow. I'm going to put this underneath your leg. Yeah, I know. I mean, I watched it happen. You were actually doing really well for your first time out. It just, you caught a wave that was probably a little bit too, well, a little bit out of your depth, and everyone wipes out. You happen to get pushed under and into a bit of reef, which can be really painful. I gotta tell you, I'm so proud of you, though. Everybody was saying, they're like, dude, your girlfriend's tough. And I was like, yeah, she is. You were bleeding quite a bit. You didn't even cry. It's impressive. It would have been okay if you had. So let's put this under your leg. Great. Awesome. Alright, now what I'm going to do, sweetie, is I'm going to put some peroxide on some of those cuts and gashes. You've got one on your knee, you've got one on your back, and you've got one on your, well, it's right around your cheek. You know, I don't think it's going to scar, but that's why we're putting the peroxide on it. So let me grab it. Hydrogen peroxide, topical solutions. First aid antiseptic. Treatment for minor cuts and abrasions. I'm going to use one of these gauze pads or cotton balls. Okay, let's just get your face first. That's good. I know it hurts a little bit, but I gotta make sure there's nothing else. That looks good. Okay. Now I'm gonna get your back. Don't worry, I'll reach under your bed, but it's okay. So, that's right. That's okay. Have you been able to sleep at all? Look, I know it's really scary sometimes, especially when we're surfing in deep water like we were today, getting knocked off your board and you're deep down under and you get tossed and turned a couple times and you get bumped around, you're not really sure where you are. Well, if you do have a nightmare, sweetie, I'll be right here. Something to be embarrassed about. I remember the first time I saw a shark. I had nightmares for 3 weeks. Yeah, sorry. You are a tough guy, though. Tough chica. We'll make a surfer out of you in no time. You know, actually, before your big fall, you were doing pretty well. You know, everybody falls down. I still fall in waves. And these were about 15-footers. These were no joke. I can't, you know, it probably wasn't very smart for me to take you on a 15 waves that big your first time, but to be honest, they didn't start out that way. Okay, now I'm going to clean the cut and abrasions on your leg. That was from the reef. It cut you good. Alright, let's see. Sweetie, of course I don't mind doing this. What kind of a boyfriend wouldn't clean his girlfriend's cuts? Especially after he took her out surfing. Even when she didn't want to. I mean, before this happened, were you at least having a good time? Good, I'm so glad. I feel really bad about this. I feel like it's all my fault. Yes, it is. That's right, though. You okay? Okay, that should do it for the cuts. Now I'm going to put some of this Gold Bond powder on it. It's medicated. And it's going to prevent, it's going to relieve your pain, soothes it. It's going to absorb the moisture from around the area. Because the best thing to do is to let these air as opposed to bandaging them up. And this will help dry out the skin so it doesn't, you know, catch things and doesn't risk infection. So they're not deep enough to have to be covered. So. Okay, do your leg. I think that's good. So I brought in a little treat for you because, again, I feel really bad about this and I do feel mostly responsible. I brought you some goodies. So I know it's hard to find good gluten-free Oreos. And these aren't exactly Oreos, obviously. Actually pretty good. I'm going to bring in a glass of milk for you. And I'll check on it just in case you fall asleep. I won't leave it there. You don't want to drink bad milk. I'll leave these right here at your bedside. And don't worry, I'll be coming in to check on you. Is there anything else I can do for you? Okay. Alright, well, sweetie, if you need anything, you know, I'm just in the next room. Okay? Here, have some water. for you. I love you so much. I'm so glad you're okay, and I'm glad you were willing to try something that kind of took you out of your comfort zone, and I'm sorry it worked out this way. Alright, next time we'll do the skydiving like you wanted to. Of course, if anything goes wrong with that, I'll probably be dead. Alright. Well, you get some rest. Yeah, I'll see you in the morning.